Hey there, and welcome. If you're putting together a solar system, choosing the right LiFePO4 battery is one of the biggest, most important decisions you're going to make. Today, we're cutting through all the noise to really compare budget versus premium options and help you make the right call. You know, this quote really nails it. So many people get this crucial decision wrong because they're focused on the wrong things. So in this explainer, we're going to guide you toward a choice that makes sure your system is not just up and running, but truly safe and dependable for years to come. All right, so let's dive right into the biggest mistake I see people make, looking only at the shiny specks on the surface. It's so easy to see a low price tag and just jump on it, but honestly, that doesn't even begin to tell the whole story. Okay, so on the left, you've got the stuff everyone talks about, right? The price per kilowatt hour, the amp hour rating, that big flashy cycle life number. And yeah, they matter. But here's the deal. The stuff on the right, that's what truly matters. We're talking about the quality of the battery management system, the temperature limits. These are the things that dictate whether your system is safe and if it's actually going to last. Okay, now we're getting to the good stuff. We're going to peel back the layers and look at what's really going on inside these batteries, the critical parts and principles that people so often forget, but are absolutely key for a reliable system. So let me ask you a question. If you had to point to the single most important part inside that battery, the one thing that's responsible for both safety and how long it lives, what would you say it is? The answer really is the key to everything. Well, it's the battery management system, or BMS for short. The best way to think about it is like the battery's brain. It's on duty 24/7, watching over everything, protecting those delicate cells from bad situations, like overcharging. Look, a cheap, basic BMS, that's a massive red flag. A really good, sophisticated one, that's the sign of a quality battery you can trust. All right, next up, and this is a big one, temperature. LiFePO4 batteries are amazing, but they have an Achilles heel, cold weather. If you try to charge one of these things below freezing, that's 0 degrees Celsius, 32 Fahrenheit, you cause something called lithium plating. This isn't a small problem. It permanently wrecks the cell, slashes its capacity, and can even create a dangerous short circuit. Seriously, this is a hard and fast rule, no exceptions. And finally, let's quickly touch on C rate. It's just a way of measuring how fast you're pulling power from the battery compared to its total size. So a 1 C rate on a 100 amp hour battery means you're drawing 100 amps. You'll see some budget batteries bragging about super high C rates, but pushing them that hard is just a recipe for a short life. To get the most out of your investment, a nice, gentle discharge rate is always the way to go. So what's the takeaway here? It's that all these things, they add up to real actual risks. You charge it below freezing, you're causing permanent damage, period. If that BMS fails, you could get overcharging, and that can lead to thermal runaway, which is just as bad as it sounds. Using wires that are too skinny for the job is a huge fire risk, and if you don't balance your cells correctly, they'll just wear out and fail on you. This is why getting these details right is so critical. All right, so now that we're armed with all this knowledge, now we know what really matters, we can finally do a proper comparison. Let's put these budget and premium batteries in a head-to-head matchup, but we're going to focus on the things that actually count. But hold on, before we pit them against each other, we first need to figure out what you actually need. A battery that's perfect for a small weekend camper is going to be totally wrong for a full-time off-grid home. This super simple formula is the perfect starting point to figure out the right size for your system. Okay, here's the formula. You just take the capacity in amp hours times the voltage times the depth of discharge, which for LiFePO4 you can pretty safely use 80, even 90%, and then you divide all of that by the wattage of whatever you're running. Bam! That tells you exactly how long your battery should last with that specific load. And this is where you really see the difference between budget and premium. A budget battery, it's going to have a BMS that just does the basics. A premium one, it's way smarter, better integrated. Premium options handle cold and heat better, and they give you a nice, steady voltage even when you're pulling a lot of power, which is where a cheaper battery's voltage might start to sag or drop. And that's a huge deal for sensitive electronics. And it goes without saying, that longer, better warranty on the premium battery tells you a lot about how long the company expects it to last. You know, picking the perfect battery is a huge step, but it's only half the battle, because even the most expensive, top-of-the-line battery can be a hazard if you don't install it right. So this last part is all about making sure your system is safe from the very beginning. So think of this as your 6-step safety checklist. First off, you gotta figure out your daily energy needs. Then pick your system voltage, 12, 24, or 48 volts. Quick tip, a higher voltage usually means you can use thinner, cheaper wires. Third, calculate the battery bank size you'll need. Fourth, make your choice, budget or premium, using everything we just talked about. And please pay close attention to 5 and 6. Always use the right size wires and fuses, and make sure your cells are properly balanced before you hook everything up. Okay, if there is one thing, just one thing you remember from this whole discussion, please let it be this. Never, ever charge a LiFePO4 battery when it's freezing outside unless it has a built-in heater. It is the single fastest and most common way people destroy their very expensive investment. And listen, I have to say this, it's so important. We're talking about systems with a lot of power. This stuff can be dangerous. If you feel even the slightest bit unsure about what you're doing, please just call a qualified professional. Your safety and the safety of your home has to be the #1 priority. So, I want to leave you with a question. Now that you know what to look for, I want you to really think about your own setup, or the one you're planning. Is it a solid, reliable, long-term investment designed for safety? Or is it maybe a little bit of a risky setup that's just waiting for something to go wrong? Now you have the knowledge, the choice is yours.